Have you ever tried to run Visual Studio Code from the command line, only to be met with confusion and frustration? If that sounds like you, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to solve the issue of running Visual Studio Code from the command line. I totally understand how frustrating it can be when you follow instructions to the letter, and yet nothing works. You're not alone in this. Many users face similar challenges when trying to set up their development environment. Let's dive into the specific situation at hand. One user reached out saying they followed the setup instructions, but encountered an error when trying to run a command. They received a message saying, "Command not found." Sound familiar? Let's work through this together. So what could be causing this issue? It often boils down to the command not being recognized in the terminal. This can happen if the command line tools are not set up correctly, or if the path to Visual Studio Code is not added to your system's environment variables. And stick around. I have a great tip at the end that will help you avoid this issue in the future. To run Visual Studio Code from the command line, the user first needs to ensure that the command line tool is installed. This can be done directly from Visual Studio Code. After installing the command line tool, the user should verify that the code command is now available in the terminal. This can be done by opening a new terminal window. If the command is still not recognized, the user may need to restart the terminal or their computer to refresh the environment variables. Once the command is recognized, the user can open Visual Studio Code from the terminal by simply typing code, followed by the name of the folder or file they want to open. If the user encounters any further issues, they can check the Visual Studio Code documentation or community forums for additional troubleshooting tips. Fun fact: did you know that Visual Studio Code was released in 2015 and has quickly become one of the most popular code editors? It's amazing how far we've come in such a short time. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach to run Visual Studio Code from the command line involves a few simple steps. First, open Visual Studio Code. Then press Command and P on Mac or Control and P on Windows. This will bring up a search box. Next, type shell without the quotes and select the option that says Shell Command Install Path. Once you've done that, you're all set. Here's the tip I promised. Always ensure your command line tools are set up correctly after installing new software. This simple step can save you a lot of headaches down the road. And there you have it. You should now be able to run Visual Studio Code from the command line without any issues. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button for more tips and tricks. And remember, keep coding.